All right, well, let's jump into some of what President Trump had to say, because he also had some great lines. And I'll tell you, his speech went on for about an hour, and I think it was about an hour and 20 minutes. And I think he was demonstrating his stamina, because you compare it to Joe Biden, gave one of the shortest presidential acceptance speeches ever at a convention. He could barely, I don't think Biden cracked 26 minutes in his speech, but the president went on for well over an hour and had some great lines. Now let's hear, because we're circling back to some of the key themes of the Republican Party, and that is the importance of God and religion in our country. Let's hear from President Trump.
We are one movement, one people, one family, and one nation under God. And we don't take the beautiful word God out of our Pledge of Allegiance, do we? We don't do it. They did it twice. They did it twice. Then they say, well, we didn't mean that. Oh, I see. I was listening once. They said, that's right. You don't know what it is. What happened? What happened? They did it on purpose. They did it twice. That's where they're coming from. You can be fools, and you can be fooled. But that's where they're coming from. So don't be surprised. But they're not going to get there. We're not going to let it happen. We're not going to let our country be destroyed by a bunch of nut jobs.
When I hear him say the word twice, I laugh, just the emphasis. And for a second, I say, is that President Trump imitating Alec Baldwin, imitating him?
Well, it might be, because we know he consumes a lot of media. But listen to what he had to say, and I apologize. I know I'm kind of rushing through the clips here, but they only give me 1 hour, so I got to get through all the stuff I want to get through. But listen to what President Trump has to tell folks about the Democrat agenda, because there is an agenda there, even though the Democrats didn't bother to mention what it was.
At the Democrat convention, you barely heard a word about their agenda. But that's not because they don't have one. It's because their agenda is the most extreme set of proposals ever put forward by a major party nominee.
So they don't want to tell you where they're actually coming from, and that's why you didn't hear any of that during their actual convention. But they want to have a Marxist revolution in this country and fundamentally change America from the great force for good that it has been in the world.
The far left wants to coerce you into saying what you know to be false and scare you out of saying what you know to be true.
And so many of us are seeing that, and we're even experiencing that in our own lives. This control, this thought control that's trying to be applied to us. You can't think this, you can't think that. You got to think this way about this issue. You got to think Republicans are racist. You can't say that a riot's a riot, because that's racist. And if you dare to say that, now you're a racist, and you'll be canceled. And we see that. We saw that playing out after the convention with some of the convention attendees who were trying to walk back to their hotels, and they're being attacked by people for having attended the Republican convention.
That was peaceful.
Oh, excuse me. Yeah, that's right. You can't say that they were attacked, right, because it was all peaceful. Well, listen, you want to hear some more truth? Here's some more truth from President Trump. This is what Biden and Harris really want to bring about.
If the left gains power, they will demolish the suburbs, confiscate your guns, and appoint justices who will wipe away your Second Amendment and other constitutional freedoms. Biden is a Trojan horse for socialism.
He is, and I'll tell you what, a Trojan horse for socialism, and socialism is a Trojan horse for communism, because that's how it always goes. Socialism is like the kinder, gentler form of communism, because they haven't yet told you yet that they're going to start eliminating people who disagree with them. But you could see that. Actions speak louder than words, and you could see that playing out all across America. You saw a sitting U.S. senator get attacked walking back to his hotel. That was Senator Rand Paul. It is appalling that this is allowed to happen in our cities. I mean, you and I should be able to walk in any city in America and feel safe. But today, in today's world, you can't. And you put on a red hat, and you're probably going to get attacked in one of the cities, and that's wrong. Well, we had one more clip, which I thought was also a great line from President Trump, and this is true. The Chinese desperately want Joe Biden to win the election because President Trump has stood up to the Chinese, and he's fought back against all of the things that they've tried to take from our country. So I love this line that President Trump said at the speech.
Joe Biden's agenda is made in China. My agenda is made in the USA.
Thank you for listening to the Morgan Streetman Show. We hope you enjoyed what you heard, and if you did, please click like and subscribe to help us out. And remember that we recommend that you exercise your brain at least once a week.